So Michigan State football has their new head coach in Pat Fitzgerald, hiring him. That was made official yesterday, I believe, which means obviously before that, Jonathan Smith was fired, relieved of his duties, and Tom Izzo weighed in on Michigan State football, and he had a lot of things to say, some long-winded thoughts on this, but the main point that was taken away from a lot of his comments was that he said himself, "I hate what's happened to Jonathan Smith." Obviously, he's not out here to try to lose games. He's a good person, good man, and he just didn't have the success. And Tom Izzo played the hit, saying everything from like, everyone wants overnight success. They could have fired me when I was like 1-5 and 20 years ago, but they didn't. And then he kind of just went on basically to say, yeah, like I hate what's happened to Jonathan Smith. No one deserves that, and wishing him the best and whatnot. Dion, I need your thoughts. Do you hate what's happened to Jonathan Smith?
No, no. He's a bad football coach, man. I think I think Michigan State and maybe even to Izzo, like this is fair. I think Michigan State's a bigger football program than people give it credit for. They didn't waste any time giving Mel Tucker $100 million, which goes to show how much money's in the program, I would say. And maybe if it was a different school, like you give Jonathan Smith more time. But I think Michigan State's like a big football program. One of the original playoff teams, I want to say too.
And never forget.
Like they went to that Rose Bowl, they participated in it. And I just think like overall, like I don't think we take Michigan State football serious enough, and that's why it's a surprise to many that Jonathan Smith got fired. Now, we know who they're going to hire, and that's why we don't take Michigan State football serious enough. Part of it is on the administration.
What do you mean? We got Jay Bat pushing in like millions and billions of dollars to the program. We got our guy Pat Fitzgerald at the helm. Yeah, have you
Yeah.
seen my guy's jawline?
Yeah, they okay, so they hired Jonathan Smith with a nutritionist.
Oh,
Like
stop it.
that's the problem. Like go get somebody.
Come
Like go
on
get
now.
somebody.
Come on now. He's had more success than Jonathan Smith has ever had.
I don't want to like I know there was like a whole lawsuit. Someone like tweeted out Pat Fitzgerald's recent seasons. He got fired for a reason, respectfully.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he got fired for a reason.
Yeah, there was a little bit of that going on, I must say. Um I
But
guess
he,
I'll say this. I get where Tom Izzo's coming from because like the thing about it is like we fired coaches before and it's like, all right, that guy was like, excuse my language, like a piece of shit human being. All right, like fired him for a reason.
yeah,
Jonathan Smith, there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing that you can really say bad about the guy. Like as a person, I don't think he's a mean guy. I don't think he's a spiteful guy. I don't think anything like that. I think he's
yeah.
bad at coaching football for Michigan State, and that's why he got his ass fired. So, um, Tom Izzo saying I hate what happened to Jonathan Smith is Tom Izzo just being a person that I think is showing compassion and heart and things like that. But let's not get it twisted. He had to be fired, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He simply didn't do enough to keep the job. Um, Now, Pat Fitzgerald has a combined 14 wins across his last 4 years coaching college football. So, do I have the utmost faith that anything's going to change? Not really. But, like, hey, I mean, what was Michigan State's record this year?
In football,
Yeah.
4-8, I think.
Fired the 4-8 guy to hire a guy that has one win his most recent season, and three of his last 4 years, he's won less than four games.
No, he's at Northwestern.
I don't, yeah. I mean, I've seen that
It's,
argument a
it's,
lot
it's
on
the it's
Twitter.
the Ivy of Illinois.
Yeah, I've seen that argument a lot on Twitter, and like, I don't want like Michigan State fans to think like I don't believe what they're saying. If your argument is we hired a guy with like mediocre records because he was at Northwestern and we're a bigger school, that's a bad argument. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
be honest. Like, that's just a
yeah,
bad argument.
yeah. No, it probably is a bad argument. But that's my football coach, and I refuse to move off him. Here's the one thing I'll ask you, because obviously Tom Izzo is very much in lockstep with the football program, and I think he supported Jonathan Smith, but like him and D'Antonio were like two peas in a pod.
Mhm.
Pat Fitzgerald gives off the vibe that like is like him and his old love each other. Truthfully, do you think that means anything in this case?
Yeah, I mean, I think no matter. who you are on Michigan State's campus. You want Izzo's like would acceptance be the right word? You want Izzo to like be a fan of yours. Like Izzo is Michigan State, you know?
Yeah,
So I think anytime you get some support from Tom Izzo, that's a blessing if you're at Michigan State.
big facts. I'm glad that he feels bad about Jonathan Smith. I don't, but he had to go. It is what it is. And I wish him the best of luck in whatever his future endeavor is. Might not even be one because he got a $33 million buyout. Enjoy that. The Fitzgerald era is here. It's gonna be special. Don't know what that means, but it's here and it'll be special. That's all I got to say about it.